Section of conservative ideas and reality. The Paul Harrell Program.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. Thank you so much for being with us. It's the Marble Palace broadcasting live. I have some news from the Senate Judiciary Committee on campus carry. Senator Linda Collins Smith ran her amendment that was backed by the NRA, and it failed today by one vote. I'm told it was a recorded vote, and I'm told that Senator Trent Garner voted no. At least that's what I'm told happened. According to reports, Senator Linda Collins Smith amendment fails by one vote, and Trent Garner voted no. I'm told that Trent Garner said his amendment is the only amendment backed by the NRA. So very confusing statements. That would be very strange if the NRA backs Linda Collins Smith amendment last week and all of a sudden pulls support from it to back Trent Garner's amendment, which I haven't even read Trent Garner's amendment. I don't even know what it says. But we will. I guess we will see. Two things could be happening here. One, and probably the most likely, is Republicans are still scared of guns, and they are trying to do something that the governor wants them to do, or that Jeremy Hutchinson, the governor's nephew, wants them to do because they're scared of guns. Or two, it's now a battle about who gets the credit. And that could also be a likely possibility about who gets the credit for which bill. So I would love to get a first-hand account of what happened in Judiciary. So, a matter of fact, Josh Waters just walked up from Political Strategies, because I don't know this. I'm just actually reading this via text message. So, Josh, can you sit down and just tell me, you were just in Judiciary Committee, what happened as far as where is everything now? What bills passed? What bills failed? What's going on?
Hey, Paul. Yeah. So right now, after the meeting, there's two amendments: Linda Collins Smith amendment, and then amendment by Senator Hendren and Senator Gardner. Both of those amendments failed. So nothing has changed. So
Senator Hendren's amendment failed, and Senator Gardner's amendment failed.
They were on the same. I think it was technically okay. Senator Hendren's amendment. I haven't seen that amendment.
Okay. So, was Linda Collins Smith amendment recorded? Did they roll call that?
They did roll call that vote, and I have that.
Go for it.
Okay.
Josh Waters, everybody.
I was just in the committee.
This is about campus carry.
That's correct. It was going, and they were getting comments back and forth, and then there was a motion for immediate consideration. There is a motion due pass by Senator Stubblefield and a second by Senator Collins Smith. Those who voted yes were Senator Stubblefield, Senator King, Senator Rice, Senator Collins Smith. Those who voted no were Senator Garner and Senator Bond. Senator Standridge was not there, and Senator Hutchison. So
it needs 5 votes to get out of
correct.
An 8-person committee. Why did Senator Trent Garner vote no? He's a Republican. He sat here last week and said, if we don't come up with a compromise that I like, then I'll support Linda Collins Smith bill on Tuesday.
Well, I guess I think he supported the other compromise.
Okay, so it was okay. So, but why vote no on a bill that was backed by the NRA?
And that was another thing which I still don't understand is the NRA spoke in favor of Senator Hendren and Senator Gardner's amendment and did not speak in favor of Senator Collins Smith.
Okay, so this is strange. Why would the NRA support her amendment last week and in 4 days' time all of a sudden change? I have a statement, or I'm trying to get a statement out of the NRA lobbyist here, Anthony Roulette.
He spoke in favor of Senator Hendren's amendment.
Yeah, quite a name there for an NRA lobbyist. Your last name's Roulette. I mean, it's pretty amazing, actually.
It was stated repeatedly that the governor supported and had been working with Senator Hendren on that amendment.
Well, of course. Of course. You've got nephew number 2 as the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and nephew number 1 at the end of the table. There's nothing new there. Of course, they're working together. We get nephewed once again. We just keep getting nephewed over and over and over again. Keep going, Josh. So, is there anything else? But it failed. So why did the Hendren Gardner bill fail?
That actually failed on a voice vote. So there's no roll call, but it appeared that there weren't as many audible no's. It appeared that since this was such a new amendment, I know Senator Rice said he couldn't vote on it this time because it basically redid the bill and he wanted more time to look into it. And so there was not enough audible yes votes. And Senator Bond was an audible no vote on that.
Okay, so they didn't roll call it for this amendment. I wonder why. You think this is hard to speculate, but was Senator Hutchinson supportive of the Hendren Garner? Do we know? Paul Calvert is here. He was there. What's your take?
I think he was. I think they were actually saying that the governor was supportive of it. I'm not sure if Hutchinson was or not. But I think they were saying that the governor was supportive of it. But there was at least a couple of no votes, I think, that were needed. I think it was who was it? One of the senators there said he wasn't really ready to vote on it today.
Okay, yeah, Terry Rice.
Then I think Colin Smith was willing to vote against it as well, and so Terry Rice, I believe, is who it was. And so I think that they just didn't have the votes to pull it out of committee.
I'm confused, Paul Calvert. Why was the NRA supportive of Linda Collins Smith bill last week, and now they don't support it, and they support what the governor supports?
I think
that's what you're telling.
Yeah, I think they would have supported both bills today.
Then why did Trent Garner, according to
change?
Why did he say the NRA? No, he said the NRA only supports my amendment. So why? I mean, he said that.
I don't think that's.
Or did he? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I think the NRA would have supported both amendments at this point. I think they're maybe more in favor of Trent Garner's because it did more of what their agenda proposed. And to be fair, I've got the amendment right here. It's not just terrible or anything. It's probably a little better than the.
So what's the difference? Yeah, tell us what the difference is between Linda Collins Smith and Trent Garner's amendment.
Okay, so the Linda Collins Smith's amendment was basically designed to. Basically make it so anybody with a concealed carry permit could carry on to college campuses.
Correct.
Trent Garner's amendment changed it to where it was going to be a concealed carry permit enhancement so that not only could you carry on college campuses with this enhancement, you could also carry, I think, into the Capitol building here.
So what's an enhancement?
It was going to be a little additional training.
Still with the training,
a little extra training.
Okay,
it wasn't a great deal of extra training. I think it could be as little as additional 4 hours for someone who already had a permit, or if you did not have a permit yet, it'd be a total of 8 hours, I think. And so it wasn't terrible. I don't like the idea very much of expanding the notion of purchasing privileges from the state.
Yeah, so who pays for this training? Does the state pay for it?
No, the
citizens pay for it.
It's the citizens who are.
So
having
if you
to
take your
purchase
extra training and you get to carry on a college campus, it's this. Right. I mean, and this is only being done, and this only supported by the governor because of the university presidents freaking out about more people having the right to protect themselves.
And they were probably still freaking out about this one as well.
Well, of course they are, because they don't want any guns at all. Because they're freaking out because they fail to recognize that gun-free zones attract crazy people, and when the government does not allow you to exercise your right, massacres happen.
Well, I think you're right, and I think the evidence would support that. And so I think either one of these bills would have added to safety, but I think the principal nature of adding more training and kind of further contributing to the idea of people needing to purchase their right to keep and bear arms is a bad trend. Although I think from a safety standpoint, I think Trent Garner's bill would have eliminated the gun-free zone aspect of it, which makes them so dangerous.
Yeah, this is odd to me, though. This is very strange, because you got to ask yourself what's better in this case. Is more red tape to exercise your Second Amendment better, and being able to do it at the Capitol and do it at a college campus, or is somebody that doesn't have to go through the red tape and already has to go through the red tape of getting your concealed carry license, carrying on a college campus, what's better there? So I asked the NRA lobbyist, Anthony Roulette, I said, can I get a statement on the NRA's stance on Linda Collins Smith amendment? Last week the NRA supported her amendment. Has that changed? Thanks. He just responded, quote, not exactly. When we have two competing amendments to the same bill, we go with the one that covers more ground. In this case, the Garner-Hendren amendment goes well beyond just campus carry, while Collins-Smith amendment is just campus carry. Well, there is an argument to be made to the contrary. That's all I would say. There certainly is an argument to be made contrary about what is more liberty and what is less in this case. Very strange here. And it seems to me the NRA could have played they have all the leverage, and instead it seems like they want to play ball with the governor more than they want to do what I feel like would be more freedom and less regulations to exercising your right. Go ahead.
And so that's just the thing is that I think there's a better approach, and I know there is some other legislation in the works that's been filed that is far superior as far as liberty goes and as far as the right to keep and bear arms. SB 660 was filed yesterday by Senator Linda Collins Smith. And it goes way far beyond either of these bills or either of these amendments to this bill, and basically it makes it legal to carry in Arkansas without a permit in most public places. And so I think that right there is a bill that I think we should get behind and actually support.
I think and I think Linda Collins Smith, she certainly is more pro Second Amendment right now than possibly even the NRA. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm just telling you right now, so this making sausage or whatever it is they want to call it, this is very troublesome to me. Yet again, we have the nephews. Specifically, let's talk about Jim Hendren getting down there and speaking for this bill. He always feels the need to get out in front of the parade. I mean, he always wants to get out and run ahead of the parade and try to. And in more cases than not, he is hindering and stopping conservative legislation. I don't know if it's because these people want to control who gets the credit. And that's kind of where I am at this point. I just think they don't want people. I think they're worried about who gets the credit versus who doesn't. And but who knows? I mean, now they can go around and say, hey, the NRA backs our bill, but it's going to be more regulations.
Right. And so to be fair to Hendren and Trent Garner, I think their amendment was probably better than the bill started out as. Because when Representative Collins initially brought it to the House,
I will agree with that.
Passed it.
I will agree with that statement.
I think as a whole, the Hendren Garner amendment was probably made it a better bill than it started out from Representative Collins. However, I think Senator Collins Smith's bill was probably better than either of those.
Yeah,
but. From a strategic standpoint, sometimes you go with what you think you can get passed.
I agree. And in this case, this is the governor not wanting to go along with what is the more conservative option. We can clearly objectively say that. And instead, wanting to go along with his, Sandy Hook, when he got appointed as the Sandy Hook NRA guy, and the NRA had to come and correct the record and said, no, we don't want more background checks. Governor, Hutchinson's wrong here. Of course, I'm pretty frustrated. I know the audience can tell.
I am too, but I'm hopeful that maybe if we push some of these more liberty-minded gun bills, that maybe we can actually get somewhere. Because I think the Republicans need some encouragement in this regard because they've been kind of beat down, I think, and encouraged to kind of support kind of watered down penny ante legislation that doesn't do much. Representative Charlie Collins' bill did not do much when it started off.
I agree.
And
I mean, I agree with you that it is better than it was, but I don't understand the 16 hours of additional training. And that's what Senator Hendren originally went to the floor and stated when Jeremy Hutchinson, the other nephew number 2, submitted the hostile amendment to Charlie Collins' bill as it was, and then we got. Yeah.
And I would say this particular amendment now is actually far superior to the one that Hutchinson, the hostile amendment that he applied to it.
So it failed though. People wanted more time to
did
study
fail,
it.
And so I think it was partly because of Senator Rice and Senator Collins Smith that they weren't ready to vote for it. At least Senator Rice was, and I don't think Colin Smith was going to vote for it anyway. But
well, you got to have a bill the governor supports. You can't get anything done here.
Well, no, and that's just simply
but that's not
true.
true. It's not true.
Because
it is not
it
true.
only takes a simple majority to override the governor's veto, and I wish they had the intestinal fortitude to do that.
Well, you know what? The governor is about to get control. The governor's carefully crafted language. We got people going to jail, likely, over the fact that we have general improvement fund money going, for kickbacks. And the governor says, I support an end to legislative GIF. Well, that's carefully crafted language.
Did you see the bill that came out?
Yeah, he wants the money for himself, and he's going to cut off Republican districts that he disagrees with. The Republicans that go against what the governor wants, he will punish them by not giving money to their districts. Mark my words, that's what's going on here.
It might happen. I don't know. I think I saw a new GIF bill that came out either yesterday or the day before, so that it's still in the works, it seems like.
Yeah, there are people that still want the GIF, legislative
of course
GIF.
They do. It's basically
crazy.
From what I gather, it's basically a way to bribe the voters with somebody else's money.
I know.
It's bad enough to bribe
Paul
people with
Calvert,
your own money.
I appreciate your witnessing that judicial testimony. Also, thanks to Josh Waters. We're going to take a break, folks. We're going to be back to close the show with Mr. Frank Gilbert. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Paul Harold program. Back in a minute.